I mean, they were having a party, the Dutch, and they even had a banner up, you know, the footballers' peace.
So were the English having a party?
They were having a party, yes, but I mean, even...
the Let's All Have a Disco thing.
Yes, that was much better, yeah.
No, I walked back to Australian Italians singing that.
But they still started shouting, you know, like shit, you know, when they announce it. I just don't think it's necessary. I think they have to look at themselves too. I mean, they are trying to separate themselves. I know a lot of the fans from that hooligan element. But they don't always help themselves either with some of they also wear very sort of aggressive T-shirts and things, you know, with Bulldog Bobby and foaming pints in their hand. I don't think that helps the image. I think that is part of the problem, you know, and now it's become, like the flag even, the British flag is almost an international symbol of hooliganism, and they're wrapped in these flags on the front. People are on the Via Roma, which is a stylish part of Cagliari, and people are obviously going to be a little bit alarmed at that sort of sight.
The morning after the riot, security had been tightened up around the site. We seemed to have been given our very own 24-hour armed guard. I relaxed, not because of the police presence, but I found out that the two drongos who'd threatened me had moved on. Life on the campsite seemed to be improving.
Hey! No. Hey!
Huh?
No, c'est pas possible.
Well, sort of.
Last night was a lot better, but...
Last night was brilliant, I thought. Against the Dutch, we were the underdogs, and we did the business. We showed them we could still play football.
Yeah, I was chuffed last night.
Yes.
I was really chuffed. But going back to this camp...
I was a bit debatable when they decided you're going to put a sweeping system in.
So was I. I thought
because we've never done it for a long time, but it worked. I think they were proud to put the shirts on last night after the other lads. If Robson had played the same system as he played against the Irish, Van Basten would have had a field day with Butcher. It takes Butcher three hours to turn round.
I like Butcher. I couldn't see him. He's donkey. He's too slow, but I do like him. Good professional.
I hope you're going to film this me drinking the beer. The old lady will think I'm bloody drunk again.
I had no intention of telling his wife, but I had every intention of informing Bobby Robson that I'd found his natural successor.
Well, I think it's just been the old school tie situation, hasn't it?
The local side, Santa Margherita, made their pitch available to the campsite. The locals came to watch, bemused by Wigan, Leeds and Chelsea playing in the midday heat. There was no trouble on the terraces. As I filmed alone, it was relaxed and enjoyable. The tabloid boys wouldn't have been interested in this one. Fans and locals in World Cup good time kickabout. It doesn't sell newspapers, does it? But what went on afterwards later that night, the comic brigade would have seen as something to really get their teeth into. About half an hour ago, got back here via another campsite about half a mile up the road. And there was a lot of activity. And I saw tons and tons of troops who apparently had surrounded about 30 people at gunpoint. And people were completely freaked out. A very weird atmosphere. Came back here to find that a police bus had come here with carabinieri with guns. Coming through the gate, and everyone here who, well, people are fairly drunk here. The majority are fairly drunk. But what had happened was bottles were being thrown at the carabinieri. And they left. And things have sort of calmed down now, but it's just gone absolutely bonkers. But out of the people who got involved in that, I mean, it was just, you know, basically about 5 of these guys here. There's about sort of 30 still up. And, you know, about 5 of them, literally 5 or 6 people, are psychos there, and we're prepared. I mean, we're in a campsite in the middle of nowhere. There are 5 guys there who are prepared to take on paramilitary with guns. And they're completely mad. They're totally mad. But we've got a good bloke who's in charge of the campsite here, who has telephoned the Carabinieri and calmed the situation down by, telling them that it's the best thing to do is just, not come anywhere near here, because these guys, even though there's, just a few psychos who are prepared to go for it, there's other guys here who are really drunk and out of their heads, completely out of their heads, who would do something absolutely ridiculous. And if this carries on around here, there's just going to be big, big trouble. And it's madness.
E chi Antonio Medao manco nello spot, può entrare nota in noi, eh? Sì, sì, vengo in tappei, chiedo su scasso in cammino. In my camp, nothing happened. There was some trouble I heard in another campsite not far from here. And what happened was they were looking for a troublemaker. From the news I got, they caught the troublemaker, and it seems that Carabinieri car was, the windows were broken.
After the police had gone and that, because there was some trouble down the road, a few of the English lads, a bit drunk and that, singing. Basically the police turned up in riot gear, rather overreacted, steamed in there with all their riot gear. And before that, as far as I could tell, before they had a chance to do anything, they was attacked by the English bottles and that. And the police legged it.
There's just no reason for it, like, 'cause it was all sat over there, like, singing. And that they all came charging, with shields and that.
Did they?
Yeah, all came...
Anyone away?
No, like, but they was all stood, like, just, like, on steps over there. And, like, everyone was, like, just going, there was, like, egging us on, like, really. And, like, somebody threw a bottle at them and that. And everyone started walking towards them and pushed them back, like. And we were, like, all, like, quieting down, and they go on, like, the bus. And as it was going, a couple of windows that the bus got put through.
There was someone selling strange cigarettes. Let's call them strange cigarettes. I don't know what you call them.
Smoking dope.
Yeah, smoking dope.
Yeah.
All right, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not. But this is what I heard. So the Carabinieri, I would say efficiently, got hold immediately of the 2 lads that they were trying to raise trouble.
And, like, I don't know, some lads, like, were tripping and that. And
They were what?
some lads was tripping, like, And I said, no, like...
What, acid?
Yeah. Like, they were just all, like... It just got blown out of proportion, really. And everyone was, like, shouting and that. So, there was nothing, there was no trouble.
Gino's a bit upset.
Yeah, because, like, everyone was shouting and... Somebody, like, told him F off, like, he reckons. But I don't think anybody did. None of the lads who's been here all the time would have done that anyway. Because he's been okay with us, like,
I had my flag on my tent here, and I was that ashamed of what was happening. I was that ashamed of what was happening. I took my flag down, I was ashamed to call myself English.
I couldn't believe what was going on. A number of fans had already left, fed up with what was happening in the campsite at night. With armed guards outside the gate, it was getting dangerous. No one involved in football, Italia 90 or the FA, had been near the campsite. Gino had all the problems.
I mean, it should have been my duty. I have to say, it should be my duty to make everybody respect the regulations of this campsite. And from now onwards, that is what will be done. At midnight, everybody has to be in bed asleep. Otherwise, I personally have to call the Carabinieri and get this campsite cleared.
12 o'clock curfew tonight.